According to the CDC, only 1 in 4 Americans get the recommended amount of movement or exercise every week. This, unfortunately, has a direct impact on the increases we've seen in chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, and neurodegenerative diseases. Yikes, I know that's a grim way to start, but it's important to talk about. If I could wave a magic wand, unicorn hair, obviously, and get everyone to meet the American Heart Association's recommended weekly amounts of movement, I would wave the shit out of it. Would we suddenly live in a disease free utopia? No. Would it help a lot? Absolutely. To be clear, we face other challenges to our health besides inactivity, such as the abundance of cheap, hyperpalatable, and energy dense ultra processed food. But cheap, abundant calories also allows people to be alive, so it's a thorny issue. But today, instead of talking about how much and what type of movement we should theoretically and ideally get in a week, let's talk about why it's so difficult to achieve that and what we might be able to do about it. So, let's start with the fact that exercise is unnatural. What? How could a lifelong runner and fitness nerd like me think such a thing? Don't I know that humans were born to run and that we're uniquely well suited among primates to carry heavy loads efficiently? Certainly, I've read about the numerous benefits of movement and exercise, from a lowered risk of all cause mortality, dying, to improved cognition. So, how could it be unnatural? Well, it all has to do with the fact that evolution is basically trying to run the latest computer game, our modern world, on a campfire, our genetics. They are not remotely compatible. We, humans, evolved in a calorie restrained environment, meaning food and calories were incredibly difficult to come by. Obviously, our ancestors routinely managed to find enough calories to eat. If they hadn't, after all, we'd be fossils, and not in the way that Gen Z thinks about boomers. But much love to all my baby boomers out there. Also, humans have wildly energy intensive brains. That is why we're so good at storing excess energy as adipose or fat. We needed an insurance policy in case we went through a period of food scarcity, which happened a lot. It's also why we're incredibly efficient at walking, even carrying external weight. That's how we got food back to camp. Over millions of years, hominids evolved to have bigger, hungrier brains because it offered an advantage. But, much like every startup, we needed to find efficiencies. Some of those efficiencies came in the form of mechanical adaptations, like our beautiful arched feet and long Achilles tendons. Have you ever wondered why we have them? No? Well, they're incredible at storing and returning energy. Not like you could plug your phone into them, but like when you walk and run, your arch and Achilles both stretch and then snap back like a rubber band, giving you a little boost. It's pretty cool. The incredible architecture of our feet aside, we also found efficiencies by evolving to conserve energy as much as humanly possible. The Hadza people, a traditional hunter gatherer tribe that still exists in Tanzania, has been extensively studied as a way of understanding how ancient human gatherers may have lived. They are also renowned in the scientific community for having incredibly low rates of the chronic diseases that plague our modern world. There are many reasons why that is probably true, and it's certainly not just increased physical activity, but I digress. According to Daniel Lieberman, an evolutionary biologist and Harvard professor, Hadza men typically walk between 7 and 10 miles while hunting, and Hadza women walk between 5 to 6 miles while gathering and digging for tubers. Professor Lieberman also wrote an excellent book about all of this called Exercised. You should check it out. That's certainly more than the average American moves per day, but they're also not running a marathon every day. In some cases, they might only be active for 5 hours or so per day, with the rest of the time spent sitting or otherwise expending as little energy as possible. That's what I mean when I say that exercise is unnatural. Expending energy just for the sake of it would have been a rare occasion for most of human history. We simply didn't have the calories to afford it. But now, with a surplus of calories, we can't afford not to move regularly. This is the kind of thing I dig into every week over on the long run. If you want more of it, subscribe for free at the link in my bio. Thank you.